Question for you. Do you or don't you keep holiday traditions when you lose a loved one? Well, what I have done for the last 24 years after I lost Mike from a drunk driver, I really tried my hardest to keep our traditions going. Number one, I knew it was healthy for us. Number two, I knew my children really needed it. They were only 3, 5, and 10. Kyle was still in the hospital our first Christmas because our crash was November 1st of 1997. I had to say it was one of the hardest things that I also went through was Christmas and the holidays. I remember going Christmas shopping, crying the whole time I was in that store. Toys R Us, I'll never forget that. People coming up to me, I just felt like I sobbed the whole time I was in there. And it still feels like it was yesterday. But it was something I had to do. I had to have toys for my children that Christmas morning. I knew Kyle wouldn't be home because he stayed at UMass until December 26th, and then he was transferred off to Spalding Rehab for many months after, like 8 months after. He didn't get to come home. What was our holiday tradition? Well, our holiday tradition was Santa, Uncle Ronald, would get dressed every year and come put presents under our tree. And we would all spy on the stairs, being nice and quiet, watching Santa put the presents under the tree, laughing, giggling, trying to be quiet. But it was so much fun for our children. The year that I lost Mike, I had to still do it. And boy, was it hard. I had to be the mom, the dad, and try to make my children excited for Christmas. Katie was in a body cast. She was in severe pain. Kyle was at UMass, fighting for his life still at this stage. He was in a coma. Kimberly was still having lots of trouble with her talking and lots of anxiety. But guess what? We did it. And I'm so happy we did. Even though it was done in our living room, Katie in a bed, Kimberly hiding in the living room. Santa came in and he put the presents under the tree and doing funny things to make the kids laugh, but not knowing that he was there. We had to keep quiet. Through the last 24 years, I have kept up all the traditions that we have ever done. And now, when they grew up, when they didn't believe in Santa anymore, obviously that stopped. But also I started a new tradition that year, I should say, 1997. Every year I get a present in memory of my husband, and I give to all 3 of my children. It is always something to do with him, something to do with a picture, his name. I have done absolutely everything. To this day, I still do it. 24 years of giving my children each a present from their father, a gift of memory for them. They get it on Christmas, at our Christmas party, and it's the very last present they always open, and they always love it. That is one secret of keeping a loved one alive, especially if it is a parent. Thinking of that memory every year, yes, it is a challenge, but boy, does it make you feel good in your heart. Because I personally feel like I'm still doing something for Mike, and I'm keeping him alive. So for me, yes, do your traditions and try to make new traditions for the holiday. If you have young children that lost a parent, keep them alive. Keep the loved one alive. That's all I can tell you. It's so important for them growing up. Let them know very often how proud Daddy would be with them. Even if they do something wrong, don't be afraid to use it in disciplining. Daddy wouldn't like that. Daddy is watching. It helps. Have them send Daddy a picture, attach it to a balloon and send it off to him. My kids made their father pictures all the time. And whenever they needed to go to the cemetery, we went to the cemetery. Talk to them. Talk to your loved one. I still talk to Mike every single day. It's more of a habit now, and it makes me feel good because he's right there in my heart forever. So follow your traditions if you can. For me, it was the best thing I could have ever did for my children and myself. And also, keep them alive. Show videos, talk about them. Don't be afraid to talk about them. If you keep it inside, you will never heal. It's okay to cry. I still cry. But we have to go on, and we go on for our loved ones to make them proud. I hope this video helps in some way if you're all trying to decide what do we do, how do we do it. Follow your heart, but whatever you do, keep them alive in some way. It's the most healthiest thing you can do for you and your children. God bless you all. Have a great day, everyone.